we get right into the game. We saw Chef BoiYardTea's Karma. You know he's really good. We haven't seen the Ari. He hasn't elected to pick it right away. And we have seen his Orianna. So far, a pretty good player. He has drawn bans.
Camille ban right off the bat.
Camille ban right off the bat. Yeah, it's going against cdend. He's really a feast or famine top laner. I would not be surprised if he gets heavily targeted.
But then there goes the Ori as well.
The Ari, yeah. I mean, that's getting taken away. I know for a fact UF Team 2 is watching a little bit of Kiss Me Dads. They know how hard that Chef BoiYardTea can carry. Zoe banned against Wally, but he's proud of that one. Azir, Zoe player is pretty much what he plays. He has a few other things.
Come back stronger.
Gangplank ban again. It's actually against who's the top laner? I'm screwing up. BagelsAreNice plays a lot of those feast or famine top laners. I'm letting Alk know what's happening right now. Golly, what a mess. You don't want any cookies. Kha'Zix's final ban.
I told him to bring you cookies for helping him out.
No. This is what he gets. And Alice, our final ban against new Epoch. So UF Team 2 fairly confident that they don't need to ban out one specific player, but just get a lot of these annoying picks out of the way, and that's probably the most important thing.
They're trying to make it easier for themselves is what it looks like.
Zaiphos picking up the Orianna for Chef BoiYardTea, making sure he doesn't get bumped too far down off his pedestal. Of course, he could have always gone to that Karma, but he probably wasn't the most confident picking it against a more competent mid laner like General Wally.
So he's going to go into the Vel'Koz.
Yeah, that's actually his main. I forgot that he plays that. That's
He's going to go ahead and take Warwick.
Warwick off the table. Warwick's a contested pick right now in this meta. Very strong in solo queue. Is very good in less organized team play. That's why I would prefer to call this. Get a poggers from the man, the myth, the legend, Teo himself. That's all I'm going to say for him. Chef BoiYardTea picking up the Olaf. I'm assuming that's going to be for Rittz. No Trundle can be picked now, so that counter matchup is what's supposed to be no longer an option. They feel pretty confident about picking it up.
They can do Trundle top. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad.
It wouldn't be too terrible. It's just the idea of what the Olaf jungle provides and how the Trundle can then counter the Olaf when he finds him in the jungle. The idea of the Trundle-Olaf matchup is a lot about, hey, I'm Trundle, I can invade because I can press R. It doesn't matter what your R does because I'm going to out-heal whatever damage you can do.
That is a very fair point.
New Epoch actually getting his Thresh. I love his Thresh. Makes a lot of highlight reel plays. Very, very, very intuitive player. And it's going to be the Clever cdend. Again, he got banned with the Camille. That's probably his only other pick right now. Make sure he doesn't get bumped too far down. UF Team 2 on the ban phase, they have to ban out ADC and top lane. Right now, it looks like they're probably going to be targeting top a little bit more. No, they're going to get the Vayne off the table, actually. Not letting Zaiphos play that Vayne pick.
Both ADCs do play Vayne.
Yeah, I mean, Seif, I would say, is a little bit... I mean, he definitely has a much wider champ pool. I've seen what Seif can do. He can play just about any ADC, and he's willing to play any ADC. It's just about knocking Zaiphos down off onto something he's a little bit less comfortable on.
You too will be judged.
Don't see too much of Morgana getting played.
No, you know, not really. But I actually think it's a fair ban. It's not something that Kiss Me Dads want to play against. I mean, I know for a fact Thresh does not want to lane against Morgana. They'll pretty much neutralize whatever the Thresh will do. So it's just nice to get off the table. Gremmy, not a huge Morgana player, but he's a huge Thresh player. So actually, New Epoch taking away the Thresh from Gremmy for something else, and you take away Morgana on top of that, it's just getting Gremmy way more comfortable. And I think that if you're Kiss Me Dads, you keep targeting Gremmy, you ban his Tahm Kench, because then he's out of supports that he's really comfortable on at that point.
Let's see if they'll get the hand.
They banned the Jhin instead, so instead electing just to ban out Seif a little bit. Again, if I'm Seif, I would rather get the Tahm Kench. Well, no, actually doesn't matter. I guess, no, yeah, just pick your AD carry, see what the rest of the team is, and probably just pick Tahm Kench last. It's not going to get picked away. Those BagelsAreNice want to play that top lane for some reason. That would be interesting. The Kaisa pick. Seif is huge on playing late game scaling hard carry champions. Tristana, Kai'Sa, Vayne. I mean, he plays those. That's what he wants to do. He wants to play aggressive, get up. Okay, and we have a remake. Or he might DC'd before he picked. Zaya. Alright. We're back on track.
Alright.
So the Zai pick into Kai'Sa, it's a double late game hyperscaler in the bot lane. No support picked yet. For the side of UF Team 2. Kiss Me Dad's picks up the Vladimir again for BagelsAreNice. He performed really well in that in game 1 of the quarterfinal matchup. This time though, playing against a Kled will be a little bit different versus as compared to playing against a Scion. And Grammy going to Tahm Kench as I kind of expected. It's pretty much his other best support once he's bumped off the Thresh pick. And yeah, tell me what you think other than the DC about how the entire pick ban phase.
I definitely feel like Red Team has got a bit of an advantage if Vel'Koz and Kled can really take on mid and top. If they can do good and keep themselves up to date and even with their team, I mean the enemy team, and just keep even, bottom lane, they should win. Kai'Sa can definitely outscale and maneuver more than Zaya can. Zaya will have to basically save her ult, kind of to either save her life or to execute if she's strong enough. But in my opinion, Kai'Sa's going to outdo Zaya.
I think so too, but I think the big issue becomes the Thresh. You know, where's the Thresh go on top of? You know, the Zaya, she can go unstoppable if she needs to, if, say, the Warwick decides to gank down bottom. But if you have a Tahm Kench, you know, a big thing with Thresh versus a Tahm Kench is that sometimes the Tahm Kench will eat the AD carry, and then you pull in the AD carry, and, you know, then a lot of things just go to shit, because then you basically hook two people all at once. So I don't know. I actually really like both these teams. I think it's pretty even. I think General Wally knows how to stay pretty safe in the mid lane against an Orianna and against an Olaf. I think he should be fine managing those waves as an artillery mage himself. This time BagelsAreNice bringing Ignite. It should have what's it called, Unsealed Spellbook. He'll switch to TP. That'll be fine. I think it'll be actually very interesting. It should be a low kill game early, with the exception I think around the top side. I think the Kled Vladimir lane can get a little bloody and get pretty dirty. But otherwise, it should be pretty clean unless the new Epoch just absolutely pops off on this Thresh.
That is true. But I feel like bot lane is going to be. I feel like bot lane is going to be a lot of back and forth and just pretty even. I think mid lane will kind of be more even. I think they're both kind of trying to stay clear of each other and just farm and poke here and there. I don't think we'll really see any fights out of them just yet until either one of them either gets a gank or one of them just gets a power surge and just pops off. Jungle, it's going to be a lot of back and forth. There's going to be a lot of ganks coming out of both of them.
Get in here.
They paused before the game started, so something went wrong.
No cookies?
Yeah, what happened to cookies?
He's getting them. It's like a dozen.
From where?
Subway.
Yikes.
It's Team 2 versus, what's it called?
Kiss Me Dads.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a pause apparently. When I walked by their desk, they were...
Spoilers! Bruh.
Guys, in 45 seconds, there's going to be a pause.
Jesus. Tell me what you think now that you're back about these
What are these
teams.
bands? Alright, I don't care about these bands.
The bands are pretty good.
Yeah, alright, let's see. Alright.
Give me a shirt now, I'll help. Give me a second, sorry.
Alright, let's see. Alright, so I'm assuming that BagelsAreNice is actually going to take Ignite this time with some...
Yeah, he has Unsealed Spellbook, yeah.
Alright. Alright, so let's look at top from bottom. So, Kled versus Vladimir. As someone who plays a lot of Kled top lane, Dude, I hate that champ. I hate playing Vladimir against Vladimir, but it's actually a pretty good lane if you can land the Q and he doesn't have his Sanguine pool.
Doesn't he still get pulled if you land it and he's in his Sanguine pool?
Yes, but I think if he's in his pool, it doesn't trigger the knockback. Jungle is what? Olaf versus Warwick. At least in 1v1, I'm pretty sure Olaf wins it.
I'm pretty sure Vladimir can trigger his the thing he does.
And like they put us in the
I don't play Vladimir very
Which
much.
part? What part of Vladimir?
His splash effect.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure,
You can if you start E right before you go in the pool, you can it'll go off when you.
But I'm pretty sure you can start it the second before you go into pool, and as soon as you come out of pool, it goes off.
No, even if you're in pool, it'll still go off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't play Vladimir
No,
very
yeah,
much.
you're good. All right, and then mid lane is what, like Orianna versus Vel'Koz? I mean, hey, there's the Mikeaeolus. There we go. Orianna can like pretty safely lane as long as she stays behind her minions, but Vel'Koz is basically just going to stand back and snipe. Basically, he's going to be doing what Vel'Koz does, which is just artillery mage. For bot lane, we see Kai'Sa, Tahm Kench. Personally, I hate that matchup because like Kai'Sa can just go in, and then Tahm Kench is just like, well, Tahm Kench as a support in general is just like, all right, guys, if you mess up at all, guess what? You get eaten, and then it's like, all right, I guess everything we just did was for nothing. And I mean, Zaya Thresh is a super powerful bot lane, so I'm excited to watch.
I really like I was telling him. I really think this bot lane really does hinge a lot around how the Thresh plays it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the Zaya can go unstoppable, but then if the Thresh can get a proper position and say Grammy decides to eat Seif, he could just, you know, Epoch could easily just pull both of them back in.
Talked about is that Grammy is a huge Thresh player, and if he plays literally any other champion, he's basically inting.
Well, his Tom's pretty good though.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty good, Tom. It's Tahm Kench though. How do you screw up that champion? But Tahm Kench did get nerfed this patch. I'm going to point out his E health regen went down by 10% at all ranks. So it used to be 25 to 45% scaling, now down to 15 to 35% scaling, which is really huge because it's essentially free damage reduction that he's losing now off that gray health. And
He was just here.
That way.
Anyway,
we might
that way.
might have an early invade actually coming out for the side of Kiss Me Dads
They have a really
again.
good level 1 team.
Yeah, they're in here. I think fornitekid might know something. It's actually Mikeaeolus.
Oh, that's who he is. Oh,
Just
yeah. So
barely
for hook, for the Thresh hook, it's gonna be really important on which target he lands on. If he can force Tahm Kench to eat the, if he can force the Tahm Kench to eat the Kai'Sa after a hook, and then they can focus all their CC on Tahm Kench, it makes it impossible for Kai'Sa to be able to get healed out, and it makes it really hard for both of them to get out of bot lane in a fight.
Wally spamming that emote, takes a trade for it. Not sure if it's worth it.
Oh.
cdend going really aggressive here. He's going to be caught out. Gets a good chunk of damage taken now. And actually, Kiss Me Dad's just winning trades across the board.
Oh, wait, that's
Still chase out cdend. Jeez.
That's literally almost, that's half of his health. And obviously he has a Scarl, but not having a lot of health on Scarl is actually really good.
Yeah, he might just lose it pretty quickly, actually.
It causes him to have to play the lane really far back. And he's not popping his pot yet, but it's going to be really important. All right, there we go. It's going to be really important for them for him at least, to try and get any CS that he can. Even if he has to use Q, and he just, as long as he can stay in EXP range, he'll be fine. But he's actually about to get his own Scarl pop. It's a pretty sad Thresh hook. I almost like
The big thing about
Thresh hooks in a row.
yeah,
That
and
says a lot about somebody.
and starting Thresh Hook level 1 is really risky. Once you miss it, you're done. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's not even just for level 1. That's for all levels. And here he has a level 1. Now he's useless.
Well, the reason why they did that is because they were going to do the level 1 invade, so it's better to get the... There's an argument you can make for either starting... I mean, obviously you start Flame for the most part at level 1, but starting Hook level 1 if you're going to go in for an invade is... You can make an argument for that being actually pretty good.
I just feel like for Seif and Grammy, though, once they saw New Epoch miss that hook at level 1, that's when you have to take the aggressive advantage. There's nothing then that Zaiphos and New Epoch can do. cdend going on the top side, fornitekid He's going to get a nice gang off top. He's going to get a ton of damage on it. BagelsAreNice.
Oh my god, wait, he's gonna die to red buff, I think.
No, he should be
No.
fine. But Chef BoiYardTea in the mid lane. General Wally gets the flash up, flashes forward, and he gets the geometry.
That was good.
Bro, he's got the mathematics.
That was pretty good.
The mathicals.
The mathematical, bro.
All right, so we see he switches it from from Ignite to TP. You know, typical if you can't get the early if you can't get the early level. We actually see a level discrepancy because of that, which is really, really good for Kled, even though he was behind.
I'm just going to point out, too, Wally's kill in the mid lane gets both flash and barrier, and he still gets the kill. He still has his barrier on top of that.
Yeah, he had to blow flash, but obviously that's really good because it sets up.
It's a 2-for-1 summoner trade plus the kill. Wow. I think that was a really good recovery play from UF Team 2 just across top lane and then in mid, that solo play that Wally has. And I think that brings them back from what could have been a disastrous early start. You saw cdend get popped off his scroll a little bit early, and I think that's why BagelsAreNice doesn't go down on the top side of the map. Of course, now he's back pretty much full health. But you know, that was probably the difference between getting a kill on the top side early and not. But it's okay because Wally still gets it later on.
He still gets the gold.
Yeah.
And the experience, so.
But you get it on a carry this time rather than on your Kled. I mean, Kled's still a carry, but of course you want on your AP or
His
ADCs.
ult is just, it's
He's taking a
dangerous.
lot of damage, but he's actually able to get a lot of damage off on him.
And it gets popped off Scarl again. This time we're going to see if we can't get back on top. Wally going very aggressive on the Chef BoiYardTea. Again, popping his passive.
Oh, 3-man gang. All right.
Yeah, but Grammy gets a flash, try to keep safe, a little bit safe. And Seif is safe, but Grammy is not safe. He pops the big shield, and he's actually A-okay. cdend really low. He might have to back here. He has TP, so we should be fine and get right back and get that experience.
That's a really good gank, actually. Or that was a really bad like summoner trade there because Epoch or new Epoch now has no sums at all, while Grammy only had to blow his flash, so they still have somewhat of an aggressive advantage. I don't necessarily like the ignite on Tahm Kench. I guess you only take it if you know you're going to be able to get pressure in the lane and you're able to force the enemy team to do it, or if you're taking unsealed spellbook, which we do see sometimes. But personally, I would have liked to have seen the exhaust, but also that was a really good trade just in general. You still have the sums on your, you still have at least one summoner spell on your support, which is super important. Even if it's just ignite, it helps you trade. And they were able to get Rittz to come down, which means that now that while that was happening, the Warwick, fornitekid was able to get jungle pressure in mid lane and steal some of his camps, which I mean is always good. So he was able to actually take some time. He was able to by going bot lane, he actually was able to waste time.
Oh my! Wally's just demolishing Chef BoiYardTea.
He's a Vel'Koz main. Yeah, we actually see the Warwick.
Might have vision over there.
Yeah, they have vision in the bush, in the river bush. So
They ping it off. They'll be
Yeah,
safe.
that's
Back
actually
up.
yeah.
I actually like how Rittz was down there too, farming that what's it called, Krug camp.
If Kled can just force level 6 on himself, he wins it. Oh wait, he actually will.
He burnt Flash for some reason to do that, and he almost dies there. Questionable from cdend, but everything seems okay.
I'm wondering why there's a CS or there's a level discrepancy. Because right now it looks like, I mean, other than bot lane, there's a level up, except bot lane and mid lane. Kiss Me Dads has a high.
It has to be those 4 minions down there.
You have two playing.
Chef BoiYardTea taking so much poke. He's just struggling in this lane right now. And Ori's a champion that he absolutely just wrecked on in the first game against Outer Heaven, but here he's struggling quite a lot against Wally.
And that's the problem with Ori and Ori against the Vel, is Vel has so much poke potential, and Ori's just. But Ori, if she can keep up and just get the damage, she can knock him out of his ult and just deal massive amounts of damage, and he can't really escape her once she ults.
Yeah, it's really difficult. I mean, if you're playing against Artillery Mage, all you can do is dodge the abilities. They try to,
Right there.
yeah, it's a good shockwave, get a little bit of poke down. He's actually still going aggressive, not quite sure why. Gets some amount of trade. But, you know, when you're mid-range mage, all you can do is dodge the skill shots. You don't dodge the skill shots, you're going to lose. Doesn't matter what your matchup is. You could be Zed into an Artillery Mage, and if you don't dodge the skill shots, you still lose the matchup. And right now, It's just Chef BoiYardTea not dodging those skill shots, and he's just taking an absolute beating. Down 15 CS, down 2 kills, and it just seems to be getting a little bit worse. Wally does back after the burn of the shockwave, but that opens up an opportunity for fornitekid now to come mid lane on this Warwick and get a kill onto the Orianna, whose shockwaveless does have double sum still, but
He doesn't gank mid, right?
burn one of
It
those.
shows mid, but it doesn't really do anything.
Bot lane is kind of going back and forth, but I can still see.
See, that's
Right
that's why I hate Tom Kench. It's like, all right, my AD carry made a mistake. Just kidding. Like,
It's hard to script that champion, I really feel like.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, there has to be a reason why Core JJ was a Korean support, and that was because all he could play was Tom Kench.
I still feel like Kaiser's just going to come out on top and just
nice.
beat them, but it does look like they might.
It's a good gank by Rittz. He's going to land the Undertow on top of Gremmy, who ate up the ADC, and it's going to be Gremmy who's just going to have to give his life here. Seif goes really aggressive, trying to trade back kills. He's going to be able to get Rittz. He does. 1 for 1. He actually has a blue buff now. He should be fine. No, flash forward from Zaiphos. It should lock down Seif. Does get the kill, does get the blue buff. It's a 1 for 2. But dive topside. And BagelsAreNice gets exploded.
Something interesting there actually was that no one had popped the thresh wall, so when Seif jumped, he actually took the damage from it, and Epoch, I don't know how he landed it, but he was actually able to land the ignite on Seif the entire time, which applied damage and put him basically at 40% health. He was at 60 or 70, but it was really impressive to see that he was able to.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
escape with a sliver of health.
And it burns the barrier. He's just trying to trade even with his ultimate, just to try to keep the lane, you know, respectable. But he just can't do anything right now. To the end, off the horse again.
Top is a little back and forth right now.
Yeah. Bart, you're trolling. Bart, you're trolling.
Hey, sorry, Dr. Rainbow Pants. We don't know if the Smash tournament is being streamed, and if it is, we don't know like who's streaming it.
There was a graphic on the Facebook, on the Gator Gaming Facebook page. I think if you look there might be a stream link towards that, but I personally cannot tell you myself.
Go ahead.
Looks like they're going for Dragon actually. No, but they have priority. See, the mid wave is pushing. You have Thresh in the mid lane. You have, I mean, Olaf is down here, but bot wave's pushing into the turret. They have a really good priority, and cdend actually still has TP, while BagelsAreNice isn't. So if they're able to start a team fight here, I mean, Kled ult isn't up, but they still have his TP, so they actually would have a numbers advantage. So I think going for Dragon here would be the smart idea, but they do back off after seeing Olaf and Orianna roam
Yeah,
outside.
it was 44 towards the bottom side of the map. No one really occupying that top side of the map. Both top players just arriving back there. The one difference, I actually feel like UF Team 2 should have gone for it. BagelsAreNice does not have TP, and cdend had TP that entire time. I really feel like that was the time to go for an aggressive play, and I just don't think they capitalized on a potential opportunity.
Yeah, actually, speaking about mid lane though, Wally's 2 levels up. Well, now he's 1 level up, but he was like a couple seconds ago 2 levels up on Chef BoiYardTea. So he went tier, which is really good. It allows him to stay in lane more often, poke, and get more damage off onto the Ori, who still hasn't completed an item. This is going to be really important to watch. Warwick's actually right outside of vision range, which is really, really interesting.
Warwick's going to come in and he's going to use his ult, hopefully. Lock somebody down.
He's going to get a flash out of new Epoch. He's going to be eaten, spit right back into the team. And Seif, no, it's going to be fornitekid grabbing the kill. fornitekid flashes over the wall, make sure he's safe. 1 for 0, and that's a good pick, and potentially the Mountain Drake.
That was really, really unfortunate because he ulted, and right before he would have gone through the now dead Thresh, that's the way that he got the kill actually, was his ult was the thing that ended up killing the Thresh. It would have been really, really good if, like, obviously that's like really perfect timing, but it's just unfortunate. We see engage on the lane.
cdend jumping in on top of the Olaf, misses the bear trap on a rope, but it doesn't matter, gets the ult.
Oh, nice.
The Olaf.
Cancels his ult.
And that was a pretty good play by Chef BoiYardTea, actually. Good disengage. It's both ults out from Rittz and Chef BoiYardTea, and just the ult out of, no, actually it's tradable. So never mind, I'm an idiot.
Trade of ults between top
Thresh
and
running in there.
Lands a great hook of cdend, that's going to be a kill.
It's going to go down.
Chef BoiYardTea's going to claim that one and try to get a little back into this game against Wally, now down just 1 kill and 25 CS.
So something I actually like about the Dragon take there, because it's Mountain Drake, obviously you have the bonus damage to turrets and large objectives. This is really, really good for UF Team 2. If you look at their team, at least with Vel'Koz and Kaisa, they don't do a lot of damage toward turrets. So something like the Mountain Drake can help them come back. Instead of it being a skirmish team with the Mountain Drake now, it's a little bit easier to take objectives.
But even bigger than that, if they get in a position to take Baron, Kaisa is so strong at taking Baron because of her 4 or 5 hit passive, however you want to call it, because of the percent missing health damage. Now you add on the Mountain Drake damage amp on something like a Baron or Dragon, it just becomes even harder for the enemy jungler to then steal it.
Yeah, I really like that. I'm really glad.
You also have to put in the fact that her E is, if she upgrades it, is super quick, and once it's upgraded, she can constantly just leave it on. It's a non-stop, and then you said she wasn't a very strong tower taker. With that ability, and then the right items, she can melt a tower in seconds.
And right now, Seif is in a good spot. I mean, he's even in this lane. Potentially just one more death, but you know, with the Kaisa one item, he has the Death Stance. I wanted to say DFT so bad for some reason. But now with the Death Stance, he's gonna lifesteal through the lane with his Qs. Just needs that second item, and yeah, new Epoch going down 7-4 a little bit when he should.
I mean, that's unfortunate for Epoch, but like, you have to recognize that like Tom, Kenja, and Warwick were sitting in that bush for like 15 or 20 seconds there. That's a lot of time to spend down there. So I mean, they're gonna get first turret now, and if you actually notice in the mid lane when it switched really quickly, Chef BoiYardTea was actually doing a lot of damage to Wally. A simple command move from his Q actually did a nice chunk of his health. So even though he's 1 and 2 and he's a little bit behind, he actually still does relevant amount of damage. So we're gonna see. So we see Jerome's fist on the. So it's either.
Jerome's fist.
It works.
Jerome's fist. Oh, great hook.
Oh no!
No. Did he just? Bart. He just entered. Goes golden.
He's good. Okay, wait. I don't know why we saw the old ultimate.
Oh no, he's dead. That's overextending.
3-man shockwave. The problem with this is, I think there's a communication breakdown because he landed the ultimate and we see none of the other team move up to help it take it.
Kaisa just wasted her ult on beating on.
I'm actually surprised he didn't get an assist at all. Apparently didn't damage her, but instead of that sack of plasma, the allowing her to ult was just from hard CC instead. But it doesn't matter. That's going to be mid tower going down, 2 towers to 1, 3K gold advantage, 8 kills to 4, and everything seems to be going right now for UF Team 2.
I really want to know like what the communication was there for Kiss Me Dads. It felt like as soon as Ori landed ultimate, you saw Chef BoiYardTea walk up, but then you see Zaiphos and New Epoch was dead, but you saw Rittz and Zaiphos walking back. So there's a lot of like just not good like synergy there or like an understanding of each other, because as soon as you land that ultimate and you have someone like Zaya who can put the feathers down and then root them all, that should have been an easy kill, maybe even on the Kaisa. I just feel like if they would have all committed to that or like understood like, hey, I'm going in, I think that would have gone really well for Kiss Me Dads.
In general, Wally, you know, continuing to farm up, continuing to get kills across the board. 3-0 now on this Vel'Koz. It's going to be very serious. He hasn't back a little bit, but gets an Oblivion Orb going towards, I think, Leandri's now, right? And that could be a very scary Vel'Koz in just a little bit.
Top lane is in. Kled just fell off.
Yeah, no,
He was able to keep up, and now he's fell off.
I mean, but it doesn't matter though because he still has his ultimate. So I mean, even if Kled, in the Kled 1v1, even if you lose your lane at that point, you just become an ult bot. And because of the fact that like your ult is just super powerful as a team fight, he still hasn't fallen off. The problem is like Kled is really good in staying in the side wave, and then as soon as like he pushes out the side wave or if someone comes to fight him, he can 1v1 them usually with his W. But now that he kind of like didn't do very well in the 1v1 versus Vladimir, he just has to be able to use his ult. And obviously, the rest of his team is still doing well, so I don't think the Vladimir is going to become a problem. But the Shirelli is actually really, really good. He's Shirelli's and Proto Belt, which gives him the mobility to walk around the map.
So it is going to be the Rift Herald going over to UF Team 2. Actually, Seif picks up that one. You would think maybe they're going to burn it topside. It is actually Seif and Grammy up on that topside. That is the last outer turret. It's potentially what they're going to be looking for. CDN actually going to go in on top of BagelsAreNice. Missed a pitch up on a rope, but you know, Violent Tendency is going to land them all. Warwick's down here too. Misses the fear. BagelsAreNice is a nice flash outplay. And he drops down the emote for Poggers.
Flashing out of Precious Hook top lane.
I didn't even see that.
That was
Yeah, it went back. And
It just
then,
flicked
flashed
on the
and then went
screen.
back bot lane.
Oh man.
So Dragon's up in 5 seconds. We see the bot lane's top lane, which is, I mean, since both of them are there, it's fine, but it makes it really, really interesting for how they're going. Nice fail flash.
Ooh.
Seif goes in. Really
Nice
good use of the
ult
Kai'Sa
from
ult.
Kaiser.
Alright, so now Seif is now just completely zoned off because of the Zaya feathers. Flashes out. Ooh, nice flash from Seif. They're able to dive this. They're probably going to be able to dive from Killer.
Seif's still chasing. He wants it. He lands the W. That's a nice.
Vladimir TPs though. Oh my god, they got the temp. Oh.
Nice Abyssal Voyage keeps them both safe.
Love it. And they got the Infernal Trinkets too. So I think for right now, they're not Kiss Me Dads. They're actually not super far behind. They're Vladimir's still ahead. Their Olaf is ahead in levels, and Orianna is always going to be a threat in the game. And the Kai'Sa's actually keeping up, or the Zaya's keeping up. The only problem is the Thresh is now basically useless. I think what they're going to have to do is they're just going to have to stall out this game and wait for late game, and hopefully they're able to make good picks with the with Vladimir flanks and the Olaf just running in there, since they don't really have a counter to it, because he just counters Warwick.
Let's talk about the fact that Vel'Koz and Warwick are doing the perfect game right now.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
commend them for that. But it looks
I mean,
like Vladimir.
it's probably not hard to do a what's it called?
Vladimir going in for the Kai'Sa.
Seif actually
But
baiting
he's
that
not
one
bad.
out a little bit. A ton of damage there. Wow,
Yeah,
that's a
with
punishing
the
trade.
pressy attack, exposed damage, and BagelsAreNice only really having the
Seif's not even at 2 items though yet. He's going
Olaf
to on
is
next
going
back.
top, too. Back him up.
A big thing is that okay, yeah, it's actually watched it. Wolf doesn't land the undertow, so Seif and Grammy should be fine down here. Actually, Predator's still
his
going.
Predator's down.
Nice dodge again. He's gonna get the ult this time, but the TP play. CDN is coming up here. See if he's gonna drop the ult too. Seif commits his ult. CDN instead is gonna dash forward. Lands for top of the rope. Forces a flash out, but BagelsAreNice should go down here. Yes, fornitekid picks that one up, and it's all of a sudden 5 top, and that should be top turret also going down for UF Team 2.
Again, like we talked about in the other games, vision is super important, and if you look at the blue side's vision, they basically only have the latter half where the tier 2 turrets are, or tier 1 turrets are, so they have a lot of vision in the bot side, so if there was a roam there, it's fine, but because of the fact that they had a couple people top lane, they still don't have a lot of wards. It's a really good red ward here, basically blocks off the entire choke point for the blue buff.
A massive ult from Ori right now would just destroy them. If
Yeah.
she could get it right in the middle of the 4-man right there, she could potentially help them, but she's looking a little late to the party.
It's really hard for them to siege, because they have Kai'Sa, who's obviously not a super high range, but they also have the Zaya, and they have Orianna, who can clear waves almost incredibly flat.
It looks like they're going to engage here.
Oh, really good. Oh, he cancels the ultimate there. There you go. That's really good.
Blue team is just going down along with red team. Zaya's going to... She's dead.
Oh shit. Try to move this off. Sorry, I fucked it up. 23.
So they're going to now siege the top side. We're going to be seeing that. It looks like a full team, almost full team wiped out.
So 13 kills to 4. It is a 7K gold advantage. UF Team 2, yeah, you see that Baron up. Looks like they're actually going to go up, at least get the vision round, potentially start it. Rittz is going to be hanging around this top side if he even shows at all on this bottom side. And there's no wards for UF Team 2 to know it.
Yeah, they need to back. They need to be able to get items on their carries. I know at least for Seif, he's waiting on a lot of gold right now.
He definitely gets Ginsu's here.
Yeah. Something that's really, I mean, they didn't even have to really force the Baron there, because they can just kind of sit there and do nothing. They have all their waves pushing, and that just means that Kiss Me Daddies have to basically just wait for the lanes to push back out. So, all right, we're gonna see a pause. Apparently, there's a lag for Kaisa, so we're gonna wait for that. And so,
Kaiser's 3-1-4 right now.
You never offered me a cookie.
Vel'Koz is 4-2.
it's for good players only.
I'm better than you.
I didn't even get a cookie. Calm down.
And you were still late to the cast.
Because I win.
Woo, all right, 22 minutes in. Kiss Me Dad's facing a huge disadvantage. I almost feel like at least the snowball started because of a new Epoch.
Back and not get items.
She hasn't backed yet. I really feel like the snowball kind of started because New Epoch just going way too aggressive early. Of course, those solo kills mid definitely did not help at all, given the fact that now Wally, also now 4-0, massive on this Vel'Koz, but it seemed like at times the New Epoch was just aggressing way too much.
Yeah. Well, that I think comes with that comes with the title of playing Thresh. You have to be aggressive, or else the pick is basically useless. So.
But I mean, as you can see, you remember that play around mid where he just overdove and ended up following Grammy through.
I don't think you could predict like the Q.
But then he stayed in the fight after that. He started walking out and then he just went back in.
Again, I think that also that's obviously like he did mess up on that, but also I think this is a larger team issue. So I think they need to be able to communicate and recognize, like, all right, guys, we're going in now. We need to go in together and not just, oh, I'm going in, and then everyone else is, like, staying back because either they're afraid to go in. We're going to see actually a Kled engage here into the mid lane.
On top of this, force out.
Nice ultimate. Hits two people.
Wally's ult is going to actually get on top of the Orianna, forces her out. And UFT2 is trying to chase on top. Nothing is happening. Seif is alone in the back line. And he gets the gets him one kill, but he's dead instead. It's a 2-for-1. Jungling support for their AD carry. I'm not quite sure if that was worth it. The big thing there is that UFT2 disengages. Seif is like, well, I don't have a way out, guys. What do you mean we're disengaging? I almost feel like, if you're Grammy and if you're rest of UFT2, you have to keep going. Or if you're Seif, you don't step up that far. But he was super deep.
I think he was waiting for his flash to come back up so he can outflash it, but...
I mean,
Me personally, the way Kaisa could have lived through that, like her build kind of gets me. I understand why why she's doing the build she is the way she is. But me personally, whether I play her ADC or jungle, I always go BF sword and then into a Triforce and then into what her second item is now. And by the time you start building your second item, the BF gives you enough damage that once you start building into it, you get your Q and your E right off the bat.
For this build, it's the Death Dance, Rage Blade, Nashor's Tooth, which gives him all 3 evolutions, which is really, really powerful, especially for Q and E. With this build, at least, it allows him to do it allows the mixed damage coming out of Kaisa with already having a lot of AP scaling, especially with her passive, with the way that they tweaked her passive last patch. And the additional on-hit damage that you get from Nashor's Tooth is always really nice, especially with something like Rage Blade, which gives you on-hit with the full stacks. And something like Death Dance, it does really well with your Q because of the way that it works, single target. So the fact that he has Death Dance, whenever he Qs and he gets like a really good mini wave on it, he's able to heal a lot. So it provides Kaisa really good dueling, and later in the game, once he gets all those 3 items, he can obviously go crit, and he can go something like Essence Reaver and like Rapid Fire Cannon, something like that. So yeah, I really like this build because it allows flexibility for all the evolutions.
I should take lessons.
So we're actually going to see them set up for the Baron here. So.
Double pink ward there. I'm not sure about that, but we're actually dropping a ton of vision on this Baron. I really like this.
This is really good because if you look at the 2 lanes, you look at top lane and bot lane, they're actually pushing out, and they're actually going to fake them out here.
Yeah, they are setting up a death push. On top of that, I mean, let's even talk about the vision. You don't need vision. The bot side, there is no dragon. You're not contesting that bot lane. You only want this Baron right now. Same about this vision. Bart's they see that ward go down. They know where the Thresh is. And now they're going to go. Kled, he ulted a different way.
No.
Oh, no.
No, but they can still engage because now they're cut off. Now they have to run into their turrets. This is good.
It's a good box out of a new Epoch. They're going to have to keep running. Abyssal Voyage is going to bring him right in. It's General Wally. They go in a nice damage onto Zaiphos, flashes away with the Feather Storm, but he's going to be low health trying to run out. Wow, it's going to be Rittz going down, fornitekid picking up that one, and a nice ultimate out of General Wally, picks up another one. It's 3-for-0.
Yeah, and especially now.
And that should be the Baron.
Yeah, this is free Oh, nice shockwave.
Nice shockwave. Wally will still live.
Wally might take damage. There we go. All right, he's fine.
cdend's chasing really far in. He should go out the mountain. Nice flash.
Vladimir takes out Vel'Koz.
Vladimir takes out Vel'Koz, but it shouldn't matter because Chef BoiYardTea is also down.
Daddy, oh my God, Grimmy, nice flash.
No, just
nice.
turn for the Baron.
Yeah,
just
now
turn
that,
for the Baron.
I think they should just go straight for Baron. Yeah,
Don't play like silver players.
That was really good. I'm glad that BagelsAreNice was able to recognize, like, hey, like, I know the rest of my team is probably dead, but I can trade a kill here. He can still get Wally, which means he's probably not going to get Baron here. I really like that. I'm really glad that they were able to he was able to recognize that as a player, and he's not just like, all right, well, I'm just going to back off the deck.
BagelsAreNice are playing around this. See if he can't do anything. Not going to be able to steal it. I don't know if actually fornitekid smited that or not, but that's going to be the Baron going over to UF Team 2, and they actually kill BagelsAreNice as well. And this Kaisa is really just getting way out of control.
The bot wave is now finally crashing the turrets, so now we see all the the farthest outer turrets for UF Team 2, which is really good. So it allows them to get gold, and obviously now that they have bot wave pushing, they have to put Kled bot lane, which it might be an advantage to them because he does have TP and his ult's going to be coming up soon, which is super important. TP still on Bagel is nice, so that's not going to be. I think they should give red over to. Yeah, they're going to give red over now.
So at this point, it's a 9k gold advantage. What do you do with the Baron if you're UF Team 2?
Well, with the Baron advantage, they're really far ahead of them. So honestly, they should, in my opinion, the way I would play is, if I was Kaisa, I'd tell everybody to go mid and have Kaisa just take on bot lane or top, and so they would have to put one person to go take care of her, and they'd either put Olaf or Vladimir, and at that point, if she plays right, she can get out of that, but waste their time. And so while the rest of their team is strong enough to take on 4 people and win, it'd be very easy for them to take a couple of towers.
cdend is going to ult in through the side. He's taking a lot of damage. They're forcing them all away. fornitekid is legendary, taking out a new Epoch here. But it's going to be cdend, possibly going out. BagelsAreNice trades that kill away. The turret goes down for Kaisa. There's a lot of low health bar side of UF Team 2. There's a lot of split decisions, whether it was engage or hit the tower. I mean, 1-for-1 trade. fornitekid trying to run away here. He is still legendary. He's going to be able to get out or not. Healing up as much as he can. He's still running.
Yeah, it's just the power of Warwick right there. You can literally just stand there and just take.
He should be going down here.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, that's an inhib for a kill at this point. That's just so worth it for UF Team 2.
And they're using the Abyssal Voyage actually to go bot lane. It actually cancels.
Got canceled. Damage. If you take any damage with Tom Kench, gets canceled.
Yeah, that was really good. It would have been a really good, but they actually there's not a huge wave bot slide. So they're still gonna have to wait for the minions to come up, but they should be able to get this turret. Well, actually, everyone's up, so maybe not. I really am liking Chef BoiYardTea and BagelsAreNice. They're able to still play like really well, and even though they're behind, they're still able to contribute in terms of damage, especially with Chef BoiYardTea and these shockwaves. His shockwaves are literally insane, and they're getting really good damage off on the Vel'Koz and the Kaisa.
He's landing a couple of people in them too. He's not just getting one person, he's getting 2 or 3 people, which is also helping them out a lot.
A big detriment to UF Team 2 in a lot of these fights is that, like, Wally's ahead, but he's not getting his ult across 3-4 members of Kiss Me Dads. He's getting it across 1, maybe 2 at a time, and they're usually the more tankier members of Kiss Me Dads, and it's not seeming to be super effective. They're not winning the fights, it seems like, as hard as they should be, especially up now 9k. They should be winning these fights a lot harder.
It's really hard to use your ultimate, especially against someone like Zaya, who, as soon as you're about to engage on her and hit her with a knockback that comes from your ultimate, she just feather storms, which is it's a double-edged sword there, because as Kaisa or as Zaya, you have to dodge the Kled ultimate, but you also want to be able to save it so you're not getting hit by someone like the Warwick, or you're not getting hit up by like Tom Kench Kaisa doing a whole bunch of damage to you. So it's really hard for cdend to actually utilize the ultimate, and really they're just going to be using it for engage.
I really feel like if Ori just waited a little bit longer in all of her fights and just threw on somebody that runs in, like Vladimir runs in or Olaf runs in and gets in the middle of the team, I think if she just throws it on one of them and just waits a little bit longer than what she's been because she's rushing it, I think she should really pull off a couple more people, because Olaf, with his ultimate, can get in the back line to the people that are doing the most damage.
It's 8-4 right now. They're still playing.
Are they in game 1 or game 2?
They're in game 1.
So 21 kills to 8, 8 turrets to 3, 4 drakes to 0, including double infernal. Seif going aggressive. Actually doesn't really take any damage at all. I think probably his
So
overheal.
what's nice about this is that the mid wave is pushing, and since the inhib is down, they have to. Oh, nice shockwave on the Seif right there.
Lands on a safe, but he should be fine. Easily be able to lifesteal that up. He gets a minion wave, press Q on it, and there's Wally. Get ton of explodes BoiYardTea. It's a 5-on-4 now.
There was no coming back from that.
Yeah, and that should be 2 inhibs down, and all that's left is top. And cdend is absolutely running through. Bagels are nice. Goes gold, and he's.
Looks like Kled did come back after all.
Oh, Fortnite
from Warwick.
And BoiYardTea didn't even get to heal there, and that's going to be 3 inhibs and potentially the game.
This is probably game.
So Warwick sniped from behind.
That was absolutely disgusting. cdend going forward. He gets popped off the mount. See if he can get out. Gets spit out here. And actually does go down here to Zaiphos, but Seif gets the kill onto Zaiphos. Instead, it's a 1-for-1, 80 carry down for Kiss Me Dad. That's going to be the first Nexus turret of 2. Going down Rittz and Epoch. Can they do anything? Probably not. And that should be the inhib and game 1 going to UF Team 2. Whew.
I mean, that was really good. It was really good, especially from General Wally. Really good player.